Get away from her, you bitch!
Who you calling a bitch?
You're gonna make it, dude. You better smarten up.
Smarten up, kid. Smarten up.
Mr. Postman, smarten the fuck up, man.
Welcome to Smarten Up. This week's show is
The ladies. The ladies will kick it, the rhyme it is wicked. Those that don't know how to
Their life as they know it will be over.
Il Nana Capo, the firm team Gestapo. 36 moves, 37 ways, triple days, triple pays. Nana, Fox, Boogie, Firm Mama, Canava, Lady Godiva, a Scarlet, whichever, O'Hara. It's hazardous, we laced in Lazarus, dipping probably fauna, behind the lana, 3 nana. So what the deal, Pa? Killed for these 3 for real. You sold, cause you bustin' off. They get your rocks off the pharaoh. The crime organized, mad dinero. The 6.15 to 0, like a hero team. Let's roll on them. Watch them turn mega stole on them. That's how we play this, I slay this. Cock the pair of fours and he draws really. Cause Pretty had the Larry. Mad dipped it, Nas you flipped it. Sauce was VSO twisted. So separate the real from the dirt. We switched up, I gave a stroke though. Ill skin color cocoa, we low though. Love is love, tote the tray ocho. Status, illmatic, whatever. Raw dealer for realer. Baby girl, let us lock familiar. I die in a minute form. Sauce I dipped the 4.6 Range Rover to Villanova. From Castellano to Colombo. Easy to Genovese. Firm, stay jiggy, trash a bass. I swear, you know the Garcia. Straight cop 3s, can't knock these. And drop 3s, we cop cheese.
Jesus Christ, dude. It's quite the verse right there, huh?
Yeah, I was wondering what you were gonna play because I mean we're doing the female MC shit, and then as soon as you started, I was like, oh, you're playing this because it's like one of the best verses of all time. Never mind that it's a female. Like, yeah, it's incredible.
Yo, it's just ridiculous, and it goes on forever. Like it's like that Black Thought verse on Bird's Eye View, that Static Selector song, where you keep thinking it's over,
Oh, yeah.
and then he just keeps rapping. Like that's like a minute and a half straight.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
That's Foxy
wait.
Brown. Was the firm? Or was
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
So
song
wait.
that like never came out.
I was gonna ask about that because I don't think I have that on Spotify. I haven't heard that in a long time, and I remember people talking about this verse, but I don't even really fully understand it. I just know she uses a lot of math.
No, it's a
and
different
it's
song.
like-
Completely
That's not-
different
you think-
song.
Yeah, you're thinking of the one that's on Nas's album, right?
You're thinking of not affirmative action.
Yeah, affirmative action.
Is it
That's the name
affirmative
of the song.
action? Yeah.
Yeah. That's one on Nas's song with Foxy
I fucked
Brown.
that up. What's up? with this
Foxy
verse?
Brown, AZ.
That's the verse I was thinking of.
No,
Well,
this
this
is
is it's
You're playing it through your phone, I guess.
yeah. It was a different. This is just a song that came on like a single. It was on the I'll Be single, and I don't think it's a song that ever came out on a firm album at all. It just said unreleased, and it came out on this single. But I know the exact one where she starts doing like drug math. That verse.
Yeah. See, I thought that's immediately what it was, and I could only kind of hear it, and I recognized it, so I was just kind of like, "Oh, this is that one where she talks about math," and I knew it was really smart, but I never figured it out.
Yeah, it was one of those things that like I remember back in the day, people used to always be like, "Oh yeah, Nas wrote that verse," and then I was like, until I heard her other stuff, I'm like, "No way, dude!" Like, you know what I mean? It was just a way to like put her down or something like that.
And even if
he
he did, who cares?
I mean, I know Biggie wrote stuff for Lil' Kim, and it doesn't really like make me not like it. You know what I mean?
No, you still have to perform it and fucking execute it and sound awesome doing it. You know what I mean? Like,
We talked about that with Eazy-E last time.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. As long as it's like, you know, you're adding something to it, which they definitely were. Yeah, I don't know though. I have no idea. Maybe Nas did. Do you guys know, or is it?
I don't know. I just remember people used to say that, and I think it was just like a rumor, but I don't know. Beats me.
Maybe it's too. I mean, it sounds like his style too, which like a lot of people started sounding like Nas's style. So I think, you know, maybe it was just the fact that Nas was so influential.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And they were in the same group together.
I mean, that's bound to happen, you know?
The Firm is funny. I like kind of smartening up people to the Firm, you know? Because it's like
It's just like
Foxy Brown, Nas, AZ, someone else, right?
Cormega.
Cormega.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Cormega?
Nature.
And then you got-
There's like it was like very loosely affiliated. It was like
Alright.
when they made those like big loose groups, you know. So it was like Nas, AZ,
But
Foxy.
you got all that talent, and then you got Dr. Dre contributing, beats. It just seems like it's going to be the greatest thing that's ever happened, right? And it was kind of like, I mean, they definitely created a lot of awesome stuff, but it just didn't kind of live up to all that
Right.
sort of hype or something, I guess.
Did they
It's
make
like
albums or
Yeah, they have an
one
album.
at least.
there's one album? Firm album.
It's just like it's like one of those like dream teams that just never really played. You know what I mean? Like they played in like one tournament. I was like, wouldn't this be cool? And it just like never worked out.
I always think of like when Dwight Howard joined the Lakers with Steve Nash.
Oh yeah, and Kobe, and it was like, oh my God, it's over.
Kobe,
Dude.
and when that happened, I was like, the league is rigged. Like these are muck teams. We need to change it. Like what the fuck?
Kid, I love saying these teams are muck. Calling teams muck.
that term in bad luck.
Yeah,
It was just such like a great
so
term.
So wrong. They just like imploded. They fired the coach in like the first week, and like everything just sucked. Now this wasn't like that, I guess, but anyway, it just reminded me of that.
Wasn't that like a really bad year for Dwight Howard too? Like,
Yeah, it was like his decline.
Yeah,
him
it was
just
like-
like not really, being the MVP kind of player that he was in Orlando.
I don't want to talk about Dwight Howard another second.
Yeah, exactly. No, I hear you.
So,
But
my
that-
bad.
I remember like the best analogy I came up with for him is that he's a Ferrari that drives the speed limit.
All right, that's it. No more.
All right. That was a good way to
So,
end it,
dude, I also Dwight Howard, right?
I like this dude hair.
though.
All right, so I blew that though. Do you know what she's talking about in that verse? Since it's not about math.
The affirmative
It's just
action
an awesome
verse?
What we
Well,
just
the one we
listened
just listened to.
The one we
I
just
mean, it's
listened
just
to.
like crime family references, like all tons of shit. I don't know, but I just was like trying to go through songs and find one, and like I didn't choose that song obviously, but I listened to that verse and I was like, I think we just need to hear that. Like that was, I guess,
Definitely
and
have to listen to it again since I thought.
What was the name of that song?
it's called it's just called like what is it? La Familia.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just called La Familia. And
Is
it's
it Foxy
on,
Brown
like,
or the Firm?
Yeah, you have to look it up under Foxy Brown. It's on the I'll Be single. It's
Nice.
just an unreleased song they put on.
Excellent.
How weird when something like that happens. Like that's an incredible verse. It's like an awesome beat, and it just what happened? The record companies just dropped the ball. Like they couldn't
Who knows? Yeah.
put it on an album.
Maybe they didn't
Like,
have.
what the fuck?
Maybe they didn't have like sample clearances or some shit.
Yeah, maybe. That's a good point.
You never know.
Speaking of samples,
Speaking of,
female MCs. All right.
Girls
I'm gonna
that
go
can
first.
rap.
I went with someone that it wasn't like my first choice for sure. I don't know. You guys want to like talk our like top favorites female MCs?
well, I think we should
I
do
know
it.
you. I
for-
know we. All right. None of us like to like rank, but I'll just say this: when I think of like who are my favorite female MCs, I think Lauryn Hill. I think fucking Missy Elliott. Bahamadia.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And you know what? I didn't choose Bahamadia because I thought, Scotty, you might, because I know you're.
That was my backup one, was a Bahamadia one, but I didn't do much work on it, so I hope my first one doesn't fall through.
She actually reminds me of the way that my fiance raps, by the way.
You know what? That's a mad good point. she has a little TJ in her,
A little extra fun fact.
and
there.
not vice
That
versa. She has TJ in her. You know,
That's right.
she sounds like TJ.
She copied her. Big time.
Yeah.
That should be the
But-
intro. We should scrap the Foxy Brown thing. We should have one of TJ's verses.
We
She's
get her
on
on the outro.
Spotify. She's on
Yeah,
Spotify.
right.
Oh, that's right. She does have a track.
I'll
yeah.
put it in the playlist.
Oh, we'll put it in there.
Go viral and I'll retire. But no, sorry. So I wanted to go with someone like that. but because of the way we kind of format this show, it's more about finding like a sample that has a cool song. It just didn't really work out that way. So based on that, just to defend my choice, I went with Da Brat, who I mentioned before we started, but her song with Tyrese, What apostrophe Chew Like. You guys remember this jam?
Oh, I do.
Okay. Now, I'm not smarting up anyone to this song, probably. Like, everyone knows this fucking song. And it was an annoying song. I don't like Tyrese. I don't like him at all.
You don't like him at all?
No.
I like him as a person.
He stinks, dude.
Yeah, he's like, he thinks he's cool and funny, and he's not. Like, everything.
Wait, he was like, wait, just to make sure I'm getting the right Tyrese, like, he's like the sexy dude in most of the music videos, right?
You might be thinking of like that guy, what's it, Tyson
Beckford?
Because they kind of were both sexy guys in music videos that were like,
dude, Tyrese is Fast and the Furious. Like,
oh no, see, I'm thinking the dude who's in like the Tony Braxton albums and stuff, who's like the
I think his name's Tyson Beckford.
Oh, all right, cool. But he's like he was like the guy in all the R&B videos who was like the sexy guy, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he was like the first.
I like him. I think he's great.
He's the first male video host.
That guy seems cool. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, you're a fucking man.
He's cooler than Tyrese.
All right,
Tyrese, by the way, introduces himself on this song by just screaming his name.
What you like? A whole lot of.
I mean, Baby Boy is awesome, though. I don't care. The movie Baby Boy is fucking awesome.
I just said everything he's involved in is awful. Baby Boy is probably like the best thing he's involved in. And it's still not I like it for what it is, but let's be honest, it's not like a good movie from start to finish. It's kind of whack, dude. The story goes on and on and on. It's fucking, I used to own it on DVD. I bought it from Mike Shahady at Foss Park Bull for fucking $5.
Oh, God.
That's a true story.
Remember people selling DVDs? Remember people selling stolen DVDs?
What's good about that movie is not Tyrese. It's like the fashion and kind of like how they really captured, like, you know, Los Angeles and shit.
Yeah, it was the aura of that movie. The feeling of that movie is good.
So he got lucky, I think, on that one. But anyways, I just really wanted to do this because I love the sample. But let's just throw on some Tyrese featuring Da Brat to remember what it sounds like. So again, it's spelled, what is spelled normal, but then there's an apostrophe CHU, which I just kind of don't like when they do that because, like, I hate when I'm like trying to.
It just makes it hard to search for you.
Yeah, so I get it, but no.
Are we doing first 30?
It's first 30. You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, look out. Oh, come on. What you like? A whole lot of. What you like? Leona. What you like?
Can you
Wow.
tell me, baby?
All night long.
All night long. Wow.
I like 'em brown, yellow, Puerto Rican, or Haitian with good conversation, plenty big faces. It's a must I stay luxurious, jewelry cut, precision like I buzz.
It's a good song. It's a good song to put on your playlist.
It's a song of the times.
No,
for sure.
when I work in bars and I put that song on, I always see people being like, "Oh, nice! Like, here we go." So I don't know. As much
No,
as
I like it a lot.
kind of was just making fun of it.
Just one of those songs that I always just remember being on the radio.
And you know what though? This is like, so she's part of So Def, right?
Yeah.
See, I feel like I know Morris knows. Scotty, you know anything about So Def?
Nah.
So Def is a record label from Atlanta, I think, right?
Yeah.
And it's Jermaine Dupri, like, is the founder or owner or whatever. It's his record label. And I think like what I was just kind of saying is very relatable to like Jermaine Dupri and the So Def sort of contribution to music. Is like it really doesn't have any artistic credibility like ever, but I still usually really enjoy it. Like at least they have good taste in doing kind of like bad music. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
get you.
they have
What?
some people that are good, like Usher. Usher's
So Def? I don't think he
Yeah.
is.
He was
I
at
think
some point.
No, here's the thing. I think he's done songs with So Def. And when Jermaine Dupri does do songs with other people, they're usually a hit, and I usually like them. I'm not arguing that. But I don't think he's a So Def artist, first of all. But that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, he just makes, like, kind of commercial pop hits that, like, I usually roll my eyes at because, like, I can just see how the marketing was for this. You know, it's just like, this song, by the way, I don't know if you know, but Montel Jordan has a song over the same exact beat.
I didn't know that.
Song?
Sounds like
You probably
something
know it.
definitely sang over.
It's like his other big song. It's Get It On.
Yeah, because it's obviously two. Wait, what's the other song called?
Somewhere and get it on tonight.
All right,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. He came out with that song a year before this one.
Oh,
So
right.
to me, this is again like classic Jermaine Dupri. He's like, well, that was like a big hit a year ago. How about we just fucking take that and put you and Tyrese? This was in 2000, by the way, and this is when they kind of tried to make Debrat like kind of sexy, because like in the beginning she was more like gangsta, and then they tried to kind of really work for me personally. But
Yeah, she's wearing
it's
like a
you know,
bodysuit of pictures of herself in the
Yeah,
album artwork.
I was waiting for somebody to mention the album cover.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
fucking
just
wild.
pictures of herself. No, is it? Yeah.
I hope it's herself.
It would be weirder if it was like other women.
Yeah, exactly.
I watched
These are my
the video.
friends.
I watched the video for this today though, and it's just her and him on a beach, like trying to be super sexy.
Just like those
that's-
generic, fucking boring
Yeah,
videos.
and that's what this was. This was like a generic fucking hit for the summer where they just like recycled the beat that Montel Jordan used. But I wanted to do it because I like it. I don't care. Like, I'm not, as much as I'm talking shit about it, like I still bump to it, and I encourage more people to fucking listen to it. I don't care. It was a success.
Do you know what So Def is like? So Def is just like those generic sports bars that you go to,
Yep. I know.
and
what
like
that's
they could just be called anything, like White Horse or Five Horse or Black Horse or Dark Horse Tavern, and they play sports, and you can get wings and Bloody
Leeches.
Marys with a piece of bacon in it and shit, and it's like, yeah, that's what they are. They're just like that.
It's exactly what you expect it to be. You know it's
They're
going to be.
just the fucking
It's
Applebee's of
always-
rap,
yeah,
dude. That's
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
They're
And
Dave
you know
and
what?
Buster's.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
Sometimes that's what I want. Sometimes,
yeah.
you know, I want some mozzarella sticks. You know, it's
Yeah.
not a big
I
deal.
want to sample a
I
platter
fucking love
sometimes.
mozzarella sticks. Yeah,
I want some
a
spinach
Bahama Mama
artichoke dip.
cocktail.
But you don't want to be there every night. You don't want to meet your wife there. That kind of
No.
shit. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
If I was gonna do it, I wouldn't do it that way. I'd have a little more, credibility.
Well, I'm kind of dying to know where the sample comes from now.
I want to say that and talk about that. I just want to say one last thing about Debrat because I was doing a lot of like research on her. In her Wikipedia, they mentioned that Jermaine Dupri kind of marketed her as a female Snoop Doggy Dogg. And after I knew that, it's one of those things that I can't unhear. And like, especially like her earlier stuff, like, Functified is a great song she has. That's off her 94 album, which is like right after Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style album, like a year later. And it's like I said, I can't unhear it. It's like, she's pretty much rapping like exactly like Snoop Doggy Dogg. And I'm hating on her for that, but at the same time, she does it good. She does it like in a way that's like not like I didn't notice it until now, but like, you know what I mean? Like It's not original, but it's still good. Still executed well. I thought it was interesting. So
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime there's like an innovation or like a breakthrough artist or even a breakthrough product, right? Like when Blue Moon came out, right? It was like, oh shit, every beer company was like, we have to compete with Blue Moon. Like we have to make a Blue Moon. You know what I mean? So everybody tried to make like a wheat beer. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody tried to do that though. And it's like, you know, Budweiser has one. All these companies have one now, but it was like because like the fear of getting left behind if you don't like go with the trend, you know? And I think like, I don't know if that happens as much anymore, but back then I think it might have happened.
Yeah, that's like what they're doing with like White Claws right now. Like every company is making some kind of sparkling seltzer, and
exactly.
And Snoop Dogg was the fucking original.
Yeah,
Snoop Doggy Dogg, as you call him, Post.
Well, that's what his name was when she was copying him. So
it's just funny to hear someone say Snoop Doggy Dogg.
It just sounds like an old person. Like, what is
to me?
It sounds like the way it.
You try to be Snoop Lion and stuff, and just Snoop Dogg. I don't care. Yeah, he's Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Snoop Doggy Dogg.
I call him the Dog Father.
Everyone, the Dog Father. All right, so let's play this sample. The whole reason I really wanted to do this is because I love this sample. I found it like probably 2-3 years ago, and like just like I keep saying, whenever I make a playlist, this is one of the songs I love throwing in there. And usually there's someone in my bar who's like, what the fuck is this? This is cool as fuck. So it's by an artist named Claudja. So that's Claudja. But actually don't search for her that way if you're on Spotify. Just type in Claudia with an I. Claudia Barry. Her real name is Claudja with a J. But on Spotify, they have her as 2 different artists, and I think it's just a mistake. But the song I want to hear is called Love for the Sake of Love, and it's on Spotify, it's Claudia.
Yeah, I got that. Perfect.
Cool. I don't even have it ready. All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Work at a bar called Swig. What a stupid name for a bar.
Terrible.
Yo, more people have sampled this, I think.
I know Prodigy has a song with
that's
Slick
what I was
Rick.
thinking of.
She finally starts singing, by the way. 2 minutes, 40 seconds in.
We belong together.
You don't put bread in a cold oven, dude.
We were made for each other. You really can get it on.
What?
That's what Isaac Hayes said. He said you don't bake bread in a cold oven. You gotta warm it up first.
That's right. That's right.
I didn't know what you said. I was
man, I remember that. Yeah.
When people are like, why do you make your song so long?
Together. Nothing can take us apart.
Yeah, I like that. I thought that was gonna be like more disco-y, but it turned out to be like pretty funky, you know?
Well, that's exactly like kind of what she rides the. I don't know.
I'm just looking at like the album cover.
But yeah, she's like a little bit of that, a little bit. She's definitely more disco-y, Claudja Barry. But yeah, that one's still disco-y. It's funny you said that because I originally remembered it not that disco-y, and then when I was just listening to it now, I was like, it actually is. Because I actually went into like a big deep dive of this woman, Claudia Barry. Yeah, you said she has like an ABBA sound while we were listening to that.
Yeah, she kind of sounds like that, like dancing queen, kind of like, you know, that.
Yeah, well, they're like a disco-y European band, and she is Jamaican born, but grew up in Toronto, but made music with like German guys. So I was like trying to figure out the story, but I didn't care enough. It was boring. But that makes
Deadly
a lot of sense,
combination.
I feel like. I think her big song, by the way, is called Boogie Woogie Dancing Shoes. That's like her number one song. And I fucking hate the name of that song. I don't know. Just having Boogie Woogie in a song, if it's after 1955, I don't know what you would do. But this woman, right? I went into this being like, I want to find out about Claudia Barry because like I love this song. I've been listening to it for like years. And I found some interviews with her, and I just ended up just not liking Claudia Barry anymore. Kind of
just like who she was, like deep down as a person, you didn't like her.
Not like that, but she gave interviews, and 2 interviews I watched on YouTube, and she's just super preachy about music, and she's like old now. You know, this song came out in '76. And she actually talked about the sampling of her songs and was like, I hate when artists are mad about sampling. You know what I mean? So like she wasn't happy about it and started saying how like music today isn't as creative. Like they just take, you know, they just steal. You know what I mean? She started saying that, and like that just pissed me off so fucking bad. And it just made me want to hate her because she's acting like, you know, so righteous when I was listening to a lot of her music. A lot of her music sounds like other people's fucking music. Because I listened to Boogie Woogie Dance Shoes, and it sounded like a Donna Summer song, but it came out fucking in '84. You know what I mean? And then I was like listening to her try to like say that, you know, sampling's wrong and shit. It's actually hilarious because she's like, she got the name wrong. Instead of saying Montel Jordan, she was like, yeah, like someone sampled my song named Jermaine Montiel. And I think she got Jermaine Dupri and Montel Jordan confused.
You made a hybrid guy
Yeah.
of Montel Jordan and Jermaine Dupri, which is...
Because I tried to find Jermaine Montiel, and I couldn't find him.
The whole creativity feeling is not there, so it's easier to go and lift something from somebody else. You know, you'll hear a James Brown riff being done over and over again. I did a song called Love for the Sake of Love, and a guy called Jermaine Montiel took the bass line of Love for the Sake of Love and wrote a whole new song on it and sold 3.5 million records. So
Yo, I wonder about the people that are so outspoken of sampling and shit like that. Is like I do think like the smartest move is to always like embrace it, because I think you'll both get benefit from it. But also,
the reason I know your song, Claudia Barry, is because I fucking found it
exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Samples.
Yeah,
and I started listening to all your music.
But look,
nobody knows
you. Smarten Up, Claudia.
But Post, you made a really good point, because it's like I always am curious about the person who's so outspoken about it, because if it sounds like she's stealing her music, she doesn't want anybody to know that she's a thief. So she's like, "Oh, look at these people stealing." It's like what the biggest thieves do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'd be like,
she didn't make the music, all right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you listen to that song.
She just
doesn't
talked
even
over
sing till the end, and just talks. They don't sample that part. They sample the awesome music that I see is produced by a guy named Jurgen S. Kortovich.
Yeah, so he should be fucking rip shit.
Yeah. So if anyone, yeah.
If anyone.
Yeah.
And shut up, Claudia.
Claudia.
Shut up, Claudia. Claudio.
She made a fucking movie about how dance hall music is like bad for children. So yeah, that made me.
So she's just a
put
turbo
up-
cunt.
So
I
she
was
is.
like,
She's a German.
fuck it.
She's no longer part of the Jamaican delegation. She's now a German.
Yeah, kind of. Because seriously, I was like fucking cringing and pissed. But you know what? Great song. If you look at her on, if you look at Claudia Barry, where "Love for the Sake of Love" is on Spotify, there's another song that's the
Salsoul
medley, and it's like a 20-minute like disco medley, like of disco songs I never heard, and that's incredible too. So she's good for something.
All right, fair enough. That was a good one.
That's fine. I had a lot
All
to
right.
say about it.
I'll get into mine, I guess. Yeah.
Please.
So when we first started doing this, I had like this song in my head that I'm like, this is a dope female MC song and I want to use this, but I didn't know the sample. And it was by this chick, the What. And I looked like at the sample of the song and it was like, what was that?
What was it?
The What. Well, just What. Like just what
The
twice. And then
That's just a bad joke.
and it was on this album by the Herbalizer, which is like, you know, a producer and stuff, right? I get you what you're doing over there. But like, so I looked it up and I love that song and the sample like wasn't that good. So I was super bummed. So I was like, you know, another female MC that I love is Jean Grey. So I was like, all right, I'm going to find a good Jean Grey song because I know she just has a bunch of dope shit. And I found out that they're the same person. So like Jean Grey. Yeah. Oh, you never heard of Jean Grey?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's
I
good.
I know the ex-woman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she is named after that, obviously, spelled a little bit differently. But yeah, she's just like she was like born in South Africa, grew up in like New York. Just she's on a lot of people's tracks. She's just one of those chicks that's like has the respect of a lot of people and has been around for a really long time. And she's fucking rad, dude. She's like a comedian too. She has this like really dope thing that she does where she's like she has her own church, and her own church is just like she writes the choir stuff. They do it in a bar, and it's not like religious. It's just like that's what they call it. And she does like, you know, they do like comedy stuff. She has people come in and be like, what do you want to do with your life? Like not like what your job is. Like what do you want to do? And then she like checks back on you like Tyler Durden or something like that. It's like I'm gonna keep my eye on you and make sure like you're doing your creative thing. You know what I mean? Just one of those people that's
sounds like the coolest fucking.
She's
thing
so
ever.
rad, dude. And I just watched
Yeah.
this thing recently where it's just her going through a comic book shop and buying comics, like talking about like, you know, the cool shit she used to do, like where her name came from and like the comics that she likes, and like why she likes them and stuff. I don't know, like she's just super multi-talented chick. And I couldn't believe it was the same girl as What from that song. And I was like, perfect. But anyways, she has a lot of dope songs, and I chose this one because the sample's really good. It might not be like her heaviest hitting song, but it was just like, I thought it would go really good with the sample, and you definitely just get the idea of the way she is. Because I've been hearing her on tracks forever. Like she's always like kind of featured on someone's song, and I never listened to a lot of her solo stuff, but the
I
production's
see on
tight.
Spotify that I have liked songs from her. I just never really probably followed up on who she was or something, but
had
she's
this,
super dope.
apparently I have listened to her.
This album now she made with Ninth Wonder,
Yeah.
that like kept getting leaked, and it's like the real version of the album like never really got released, so that was like frustrating. But people, I remember like probably at like Ninth Wonder, like the height of his popularity, like they were supposed to come out with this crazy album together, and it was kind of like almost like a detox thing where it just kept getting like delayed and pushed back and like fucked with. So that was kind of frustrating. But I mean, I remember like her at that time, but I don't really remember much after that.
Yeah, she's just like kind of like featured on a lot of people's stuff. You know what I mean? Like just kind of came up, and like she's just one of those chicks that's like very like artsy and kind of does her own thing. You know what I mean? Where she's like, all right, like her, like she's actually engaged to this dude. His name's like, like Quelle Chris, and he's like an MC too. And they just make like their own songs and their own music videos and just kind of like do their own little creative thing. You know what I mean? They don't like, it doesn't really feel like someone who's motivated by like fame or money. It's just like, I genuinely love doing this. I love getting my message across in creative ways. And I think that like, since she's gotten older, she's been more like that. But back in the day, she was just kind of like a dope, like little MC. But anyways,
Yeah,
the song
I thought she was like brand new, but she's been around.
No, she's been around for a minute.
Oh, for years,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been along for a long time. But the song that I chose is called Watch Me. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to find that one.
Yo, could you guys hear the fucking chainsaw that's going on outside my window?
I did just hear that right now for the first time.
Just for a second, but not bad.
I've been hearing it all fucking morning.
In my neighborhood, they are lighting fireworks at 1 in the morning.
Dude, I heard Brooklyn's crazy right now with fireworks.
It's really crazy. It's nuts. Like, I'm like that old guy now. I'm like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna kick your fireworks over. You know what I mean?
Get off my lawn.
It's Sunday night at 1 in the morning. Come on.
I don't have to work tomorrow.
You're just turning
I
into
have nothing
fucking.
to do.
Yo, you're just turning into fucking Ed, the card shop guy. Come on, guys. I'll give you a basketball or something.
Come on.
Just stop pranking me. Come on.
Hey, you leave Ed alone, right?
I love that guy. All right. Watch Me. We're doing it?
Yeah. Do you guys have it up?
Yep.
It looks just like you when you put it up in front of you. I thought it was you. You were just like scared.
Wow, Post is surprised.
Yeah, so there's that song, which is, I don't know, I think the beat is fucking dope.
If you didn't tell me when that, if I didn't like see it on Spotify when that beat came out, I still would have been able to like pinpoint exactly what time period that beat was from.
Yeah. Oh, the beat, you're saying.
Is that just me? I'm just saying it's a very like early 2000s beat. Like 2003, 2004. Like I already knew that was that sound.
Yeah, it's almost like that, like that cymbal crashing, like psh, psh, psh.
I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. I was trying to like figure out how to explain it, and I don't, not smart enough. But
I mean,
like
I
at
think
the
it's
end
kind
of
of
like
like
the bars, they do like the bam, bam, but like the sound, the three sounds at the end, kind of.
Oh, it's the bam bam. Oh, now I get it.
It's the bing dang.
No, I think it's kind of like.
Dog.
I think like whoever like the top producer is can kind of dictate the sound of everybody else sometimes, you know, or inspire other people maybe. I think like maybe like just Blaze.
I know when a song's in the 80s. I know when a song's in the 90s. I know when a song's in the early 2000s. Like there's certain time periods, beats. Yeah, I can just really hear.
Speaking
but
of
I was
which,
listening. I was gonna say I was listening to her lyrically. She's good.
Yeah, she's just like one of those mad, like kind of like poetic, like conscious, but still like street, like awesome flow. Like, you know, it's just good quality
too.
Yeah, and she's fucking
like
funny, man.
stand-up?
Like, yeah. But she also like I listen to her on like some podcasts and stuff like that, and she's just like a naturally like just funny, like just seems like a mad easy person to like talk to. Like anytime she's in an interview or anything, like just vibes with people very easily, and yeah. But I was gonna say this is produced by this dude Sid Rome's. Do you know who that is?
No.
Yeah, it's weird, like, because I was looking him up and there's not a ton about him, but like he had produced like mad songs for people, but it seems like he only had like one thing for each person. Like he never like made an album with someone. But like, you know, he produced like an Eminem song, like he produced like just like a bunch of like kind of big people at that time, but only it seems like maybe people just bought beats off him or something like that. Cause like he just had like something good and just sold it off, like, you know, in that kind of early 2000s time. But either way, I want to get right back into the sample, which is going to be by Redbone. You guys know them, right?
I do.
And the song,
I do not.
Native American band.
Yeah, exactly. Blood, Sweat, and Tears is the name of the song.
They have one song that like I sweat, but I never remember. Like,
Come and Get Your Love.
I have to look at. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's the song from. Guardians of the Galaxy fucking kind of revived it. Yeah, it's a great classic.
It's the beginning of F is for Family with the Bill Burr show. Not that I watch a ton of it, but
Is it? What's the song? I'm sorry, Redbone what?
Blood, Sweat, and Tears is the name of the song.
Ready.
And yeah, exactly. You're right. They're a Native American band, and they're like Southern California. Well, they're kind of like they're from like near Fresno. I think it was basically like two brothers, like the main guys in it. But I don't know. I think that's super unique. I didn't know that they were Native American until like pretty recently, and I always listen to that song, "Come and Get Your Love." But yeah, like they're just like so funky.
I made a YouTube playlist of like music videos, like in that sort of genre of "Come and Get Your Love," and that's when I saw Redbone, and you can just tell by looking at them. And then the name's like Redbone. It kind of just, I was like, what? And yeah, it's like super crazy. You don't see that today. And this was what, 70s and shit? Like,
Yeah, and they're awesome too.
love to see it.
Most of their songs fucking slap, you know? But I just want to get right into this one if you guys are ready.
Ready.
You got it, Morris?
Yep.
Go 3, 2, 1.
In your lonely room, you're not alone. When you think of peace on earth and what it's worth to every man, every woman, every child. Old enough to understand has got to agree. A price so great has got to be worth its weight in blood, sweat, and tears. Some people have died for blood.
Ready, Morris?
Yeah.
Well, that's right up my alley, Scotty.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna that was a super good song to have for the sample.
I was kind of looking while I was listening to the song. I was wondering if their band name was the reason for the Childish Gambino song.
Well,
Redbone?
Redbone just but
I don't know.
Redbone just means like a what is it, a light-haired, like dark-skinned person? Is that what it is?
I mean, I have no idea. I'm finding out right now, but I guess it has various meanings. In Louisiana, it means like it's a multiracial individual. So
usually it's
yeah,
like, I guess the street term is like you're light skinned if you're a red bone. It's like a certain skin tone, you know, like.
Oh, I think I have heard that before.
Yeah, so it's.
Okay. Well, I'd smarten up this fucking.
Yeah, the
White
jam is
bone.
good though. This white bone.
No, I feel like in the 70s, dude, there was a lot of like creative ways to describe
Terminology.
people. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, it was a good one. I like that album cover too. They had like it was like a turquoise thing.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. Like once you started looking at the you know, you look at the names of the songs, you're like, oh yeah, totally. It was just like turquoise, something else.
And then I was reading on Spotify, like Jimi Hendrix, like encouraged them to form the band or something. I'm like, wow,
Really? Nice.
That's what it said on Spotify's about page. So I loved it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into more of their shit for sure.
Yeah. That's definitely one of those things. Like, I just want to like listen to more of the albums and stuff.
Post, maybe when you're getting domestic, you could listen to Cooking with the Redbone, which is the next song after Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know what that meant. 'Cause I told you how bad I've been sucking.
Yeah, well, just thinking of, if your domestic duties, it's going to help you cook better to spiritually connect with your food.
I kind of like the name Redbone now that I think about it. It might be my new rap name.
I was gonna say you could definitely work that into something.
I'm surprised it took me this long to fucking put this.
He's definitely light skinned.
It's like poses now like in the phase where Costanza tried to nickname himself T-Bone. He's gonna nickname himself Redbone now.
This is all part of my plan. I was waiting for this the whole time.
Good, dude. I'm glad it's working out.
All right. From Redbone to Mossbone. What's going on?
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys can call me Joe Sample today, though, all right?
I saw that you put your name as Joe Sample.
Yeah. It'll make sense to you one day.
I know.
All right, so
about samples.
what's that?
Nothing. Just kind of.
Yeah, because we're doing a show about samples. I figured, hey, why don't I call myself Joe Sample, and everybody will know my name.
What do you got for us?
So
I deal in samples. Well, I picked a Queen Latifah song.
Nice.
I picked Unity by Queen Latifah.
Nice.
Off of the album Black Rain.
I think you mean UNITY.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a unity.
Dude, it's really weird. It's like a song I really remember from my childhood, and I guess I didn't realize it's like, yeah, the song was like, it was like I don't know, it won a Grammy essentially. It was like a great song, but
I swear to God, when I hear this song, it brings me back to being in like the Winter Hill schoolyard. Like,
yeah,
it
dude.
reminds me of that place. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I totally hear it. Very nostalgic song.
I mean,
And it was a
Latifah
song
pops up
that-
everywhere too.
It used to, you could say bitch when you were singing the song. You know what I mean? Like you can say bitch.
Oh,
And it said bitch on the radio.
That's because it was for the right reasons. It was the context.
Yeah, dude. And I
Well,
guess
like,
I
don't you-
never realized that Queen Latifah is like, I mean, well, you just forget, you know what I mean? Because you like watch the movie Bringing Down the House, and then you're like, oh shit, like you forget that she was like a really good rapper.
What about the
Her and
movie with
Eugene
her
Levy.
Common?
It's an excellent tale
I like
where
what about
she gets out of
was it
prison, and her and
better
Eugene
than
Levy fall in
Taxi?
love. Yeah, it's great.
I just remember Taxi with Jimmy Fallon in there. And I never saw that either.
Wasn't there like a horrible one where it was her and Common who fell in love or something?
Probably. After
Uh,
Living Single, I never watched another acting performance from Queen Latifah.
Yeah, I think that I forget what that one was called though.
She pops up all the time in movies and TV shows, though. I swear to God.
By the way, Living Single, how good was that fucking show?
Yeah, and that dude,
And
that
she was mad funny on it. Speaking of like MCs who also are kind of comedians, she's mad funny.
Yeah, I mean, 1993 was Queen Latifah's year, dude. She won a fucking Grammy, came out living single. She's like the female Ice Cube, dude.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point, actually, huh?
Like the movie Set It Off is fucking sick, dude. That movie's awesome.
Oh, I forgot about that. I take back that.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
of course
you
I saw
know,
that.
what's weird about her is like, I think everybody thinks of her as like a West Coast woman, but she's from Newark, New Jersey.
I mean, I don't think of her that way.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
but I feel like when you watch Set It Off, like you picture her as like a tough like woman from LA. Like I think when you think of like her characters that she plays,
Okay.
I don't know.
I just always associated her with Naughty by Nature too. Like they
Yeah.
were associated, and they're just like very New Jersey. I know that, so like I just
Kid.
always thought of that.
Who do you think produced Unity, buddy?
Ooh.
Tretch.
KG.
Joe-
KG of Naughty by Nature.
Is that the other guy? Is that
Yeah.
three people?
Is that the
Yeah,
other
it's
guy?
3 people. Yeah, KG is the producer. KAYGEE.
I love.
But yeah,
Naughty
they're
by
from East
Nature,
Orange.
but don't get me wrong, Tretch is the most important part of that group.
Yeah. And Vinrock or Vinny?
Yeah, he's the least important.
And
It's Tretch, KG, and then Vin Rock.
Vinny. And Vincent. All right, you guys
There's some
wanna get into that?
classic verses, but still, yeah, let's check it out. Let's go back to the Winter Hill schoolyard for a little while.
Yeah, let's go to the hot leather seats of my mom's Chevy Celebrity.
Concrete nightmare.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
UNITY, that's a unity. UNITY,
I fucking love that Queen Latifah song though. I had that on a few playlists.
Yeah, it's kind of a jam and very,
Yeah, it's-
you know.
The
Kind of a
beat's
jam.
sick too. Yeah.
UNITY is an all-time jam. It's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
That song. Queen Latifah's best song. She's got some good ones.
Yeah, I was going through a lot more. I would, you know, like I said, I think you just kind of forget about her musical career for some reason, and I don't know why we do that. I guess because you just presented her in a different package now. It's like she's an actress now, like not
exactly.
Kind of like LL Cool J. Like you just kind of forget
that. Like yeah, LL Cool J had fucking jams back in the day. Like
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
very.
Oh.
and now
very
he's just like so
similar,
corny though. You know what I mean?
You still see them as like the rapper actress, but like you totally forget how like, you know, important their contribution was. I mean, that's a perfect, I think, you know, comparison, because both of them were huge impacts, awesome when they started out, and then went into like kind of more, you know, movies and shit. You just kind of forgot. Yeah, love that. That album that I listened to, and I agree, I kind of did the same thing, but then purposefully I went back and listened to Queen Latifah like for like a week. I listened to all her shit. And this album, Black Rain, is great. Like the whole album is great. I really love the song Just Another Day, by the way. I don't know.
Yeah, that one is awesome, dude. I was gonna say that. I was gonna talk about that.
It's great. Yeah, I never heard that until I feel like if I did, I wasn't getting a lot of play. And I throw Just Another Day on a lot of playlists. It's kind of a slower, smoother jam, but it's great. So yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I think like back then, I guess like, you know, that's when like kind of Native Tongues was around, and they kind of all had that like smooth like Black Moon boot camp sound, you know, like
and more conscious fucking rap, you know.
Yeah, and
I mean,
and dude, it's just like crazy
that's 93, and she's like talking about, you know, not being treated fucking like shit, you know, and here we are 30 years later, fucking trying to still work on that shit.
I can probably guess the sample, like who the sample is by, though.
You think so?
Really?
I mean, I just assumed it was Joe Sample, right?
Yes, it is Joe Sample, but but
I don't know.
He is he's part of a group. He's the leader of a group called the Crusaders. And they've had many different forms and many different members, but
jazzy to me. That's all I was
yeah, they were also called the Jazz Crusaders. So
fair enough. Nailed that one, folks.
Nothing
I
gets
feel
by
like the
you.
Native Tongue sound too has a lot of like jazz samples. It's like
yeah, De La and
even
you
though
know
it's
all,
probably different producers, they kind of all had the same influences almost.
yeah. But the song is A Message from the Inner City by the Crusaders, and it's on an album called The Second Crusade.
I assume that's the second album.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric.
Is it the? Oh, we're gonna listen to the whole song.
Yeah,
it's long, but it's, you know, there's a lot of different like progression. I knew this was gonna happen to me too. As soon as I asked like to fucking listen to the whole song, I was like, the one I pick is gonna be.
8 minutes, 52 seconds.
Is the sample kind of throughout, or is it at a certain point?
The sample's at 6 minutes.
All right.
I had some other songs saved by them already too.
I always see that album when I'm flipping through like records in the
What do I
soul
have
section.
saved?
I don't think I have a bought one though.
I just saw like a couple that I had. Oh shit, I can't even fucking find it. Jesus.
I have Keep That Same Old Feeling saved by them in my Spotify.
All right, you guys ready?
Give me 1 second.
All right.
All right, cool. I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
I was like, oh, there's 8 members in the band. Like,
Dude, there's been a bunch of different
But it's the same four guys pictured twice.
Yeah.
Oh, all
Same
right.
pictures twice.
Joe Sample's the leader.
I don't even know if you're joking. Is this a joke? I don't even know.
No, that's his fucking name.
Really?
Dead serious.
Like, that's what I'm saying. I thought you guys were just fucking around. Like, I'm like, is this a joke? Because you said that? His name is Joe Sample.
Yeah. That's why I made my name Joe Sample.
It's
You've heard of
crazy.
Joe Exotic? Well, I'm Joe Sample. Yeah, dog.
They were
Gonna get my
binoculars.
bird on.
Bird gang.
What are they for? Are you serious? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not trying
I'm
to
dead serious.
I'm down to bird. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't know if you had.
Dude, I have a pair of binoculars.
Again, I don't know if you're joking or serious ever. I guess.
Dead
Are
serious.
you really birding? Is his name
Yeah.
really Joe Sample? I don't fucking know.
Dude, I have a pair of
Like to keep
binoculars
people
that
on
I
their toes.
found in like fucking Hawaii. They were like World War II ones, and they were like $5, and I bought them, and I use them all the time outside my window when like there's critters, and I'm trying to like figure out what's going on. Mad useful, I swear to God.
Yeah, I love binoculars. I'm pissed I'm the only one that doesn't have any.
You just can't get caught with them because it's so fucking creepy to have binoculars.
I'm just gonna wear them around my neck, and then people know I have them. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, and they know you're a creep.
exactly when I'm scrounging around looking for asses.
But like, yeah, it's like there's so many different songs in that song, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
dude.
thought
I mean, it's
heard
been.
another sample in there. Well,
I mean, it's been sampled 24 times, but
I looked it up. It said Jay Dilla did, so maybe I've heard that one before, but I'm not sure.
Dilla did
It
it.
just sounded similar to something else.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think they are probably like the most tolerable form of jazz I've heard in a long time. Where it's not like, sometimes you can be listening to something that's like very jazzy and it just starts to sound like fucking noise at a certain point.
Yeah.
I'm not at the point of my white guy evolution yet to being in my 40s where I start to listen to jazz and I go, this is real music, man.
I'm
It
afraid
still
of it.
has like
I'm
the
open
fucking
to
soul
it,
beat.
but it hasn't happened to me yet. I'm not
Yeah,
into
yeah.
jazz yet.
No,
Sorry,
they like
guys.
consistently kept like a funky rhythm through the whole thing. It felt like a jam band more. You're right, more. It's like something like a Fish thing.
Yeah,
You
but
listen
way
to Fish,
better.
Morris?
Fuck no.
No, but I'm saying like that style where it's just like they just kind of everyone takes their turn and just kind of like does a thing.
I just like the
I
people.
know. But Morris, you did say they were like Fish. That's kind of.
I know what he was
but
saying
but
though.
in a
I know he
different-
wasn't.
like.
None of us listen to Fish. None of us like Fish. Right? Let's just all make that clear.
Yeah,
So anyone
Not
listening
once.
knows that.
Yeah.
we family men. I ain't never listened to no Fish.
You be on the side listening to Fish busting up your boy's back.
I ain't never seen these men naked. We never went to a Fish concert together.
Rest in peace, Pimp C.
But I don't know. I think of like when I think of Fish, I just think of a certain kind of person that I hate.
Like a stinky person. A person that
Not
smells like fish,
even.
probably.
Like no, they're like a Gen Xer. Like they work in sales or some shit, but they just go to Fish shows and like get high and like do mad acid. But like they're like the most part-time fans of anything. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. They're just a certain kind of people
what
that I
bothers
really.
me about Fish fans is that they usually don't really like other types of music. They're usually like,
Yeah.
that's my thing. I don't, in my experience, and I know all our fans of Fish fans are gonna get mad at us. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like that's what usually bothers me. I'm like, you only like this style of music? Like, it's so weird to me. Like, I don't know. I never understood it.
I know a lot of people like that. Like all their shows are like different. Basically, it's not like you're doing the same song. It's like it's always something different. So like I get it. Like
I feel
when you
like-
take mad drugs, like you always experience something a little different with like their music. Like I get the idea of it.
I feel like we're talking about Fish just as much as we talked about Dwight Howard, and I don't like it. I don't
Those are
want
the
either
two
of
things
them
that
on
are
this-
no.
Yeah.
Well,
I swore I would
this was
never
already.
fucking-
This was doomed from the start. This was a male feminist episode, so you have to.
I'm true.
You gotta talk about things you don't want to. You gotta do things you don't want to do.
I think we had solid.
It was a little too jazzy
solid
for me. I'm
samples
not
there.
gonna lie.
Really?
There was one point where I was getting upset, and then it got funky again, like you were saying, Scotty. Like I'll give him that, but I can't still picture me listening to that if I wasn't kind of like, I don't know, like writing or something. Like that's music to me that like will help keep that brain occupied, but doesn't like inspire me or like, I don't know.
It kind of walks that line of like smooth jazz a little bit, like
What
that
about
dentist
driving?
office music or something like that. You know what I mean?
I think like driving, and I would love to listen to that while I was driving.
I don't know. I'm not there yet. That's not.
I
for me.
liked it. I mean, I know Joe Sample has a lot of good shit too.
I can't believe the guy's name is Joe Sample.
It's awesome.
feel like-
right?
Yeah,
I feel like we needed to put him in this show just because of that, and that alone, I want to like him. But yeah, I'm just being honest. It's a little too jazzy for me. It wasn't bad, like you said, for jazz. It's like tolerable jazz, and that's a compliment. I think that's the best I can do.
I had a few other songs saved by them. Maybe you can just give a little listen. There's a song called "Journey from Within," a song
I
called
had a
"So
song
Far
saved
Away,"
by them. I had
and a
Keep
song
That
"It's
Same
Just
Old
Gotta Be
Feeling.
That Way."
Definitely worth checking out. Are they all like instrumentals, or does like their vocals on any of them?
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't really remember. I think they're mostly just an instrumental band, but
I think so.
yeah, they just kind of been like, there's like a core group of members, and like Joe Sample's kind of been the loose leader. A couple of them died. It's just one of those
Fish?
big.
Sorry,
What's
I'm
that?
back up. Does Fish have a singer? I'm just wondering. I don't even know. I'm judging him. I don't know anything.
Can't name a Fish song. I can't name.
Dwight
a Fish
Howard
album.
sings for them.
Okay.
Imagine that.
I don't know why I brought it back up. But I
Show
was
up
just
fucked
thinking,
up on acid. What the hell? Fucking Dwight Howard.
I can see Dennis Rodman going to a fucking Fish show.
Yeah, I could see that.
Anyways, not Fish or Dwight Howard. What's up? What are you saying? Crusaders?
No, I was just saying like that they were just like kind of like a large like loose group, and they had that song "Street Life." That's kind of a hit.
Like the big hit Street Life from the
Yeah.
Jackie Brown soundtrack and shit? Isn't that a woman sings that song?
That's definitely not the version though.
No, it's a different song.
Yeah, I think it might just be called Street Life, the same thing. That's their big
Who
hit
sings that
though.
one though? Randy Crawford?
That sounds right.
Street Life?
Off the Jackie Brown.
I play the street life. Not
There's
that
a
one.
Gangsta has an awesome sample of that. Oh wait,
Jackie
no,
Brown.
no, I'm sorry. Keith Murray has the awesome sample for that one.
Are we fucking up anything else you wanted to say about the Crusaders? I feel like I really went on a tangent. Sorry, but
No, not really.
all right.
That was good though. I
I
like.
don't know. They're from Houston, but I like their songs. It's one of those bands. I think you just gotta delve into it and
See what you
Well, I
find.
told you,
See-
I already had a song by them that I had liked previously. So
What song was that?
I said it, but hold on. It was called Keep That Same Old Feeling. And that might be another sample because I'm not sure how I found that, but that's why I save songs on Spotify to help me remember research I've done before.
I did want to say Joe Sample did write for B.B. King and he collaborated with Joni Mitchell.
Mm.
Pretty,
He's in good company.
you guys ever do that, by the way? Like, you hear a song on Spotify and you're like, this song's awesome. Cool. And you go to save it and you already
I've done
had
it before.
saved. You're like,
Yeah.
I've heard. This is like probably the 50th time I heard this song. I just drink a lot.
I'm looking at
Me?
Joe Sample's last album that he put out, like a single one, and it's just the corniest thing ever. It's just called Christmas with Friends, and just like bad funny picture of just him and this chick on the cover, and I'm dying to hear it.
I'm playing that Christmas for sure.
Nice. That's cool. Anybody else want to add anything to our female hip hop artist episode?
Well, I was gonna say, I'm kind of out of touch with like what's going on. I really try not to lose touch. It's not that I don't like new music, but just getting older. But someone I wanted to do just because I'm really really impressed with and really been feeling, and so I'll just mention her for more recent female MCs. Young Ma, I think she's fucking awesome.
I don't think I know who she is.
How about you, Morris?
I think that means you're officially a New Yorker if you are now endorsing Young Ma.
What? Are you serious? What does that mean? I'm biased? She's awesome.
No, I'm not saying that you're biased.
I don't even get
It's
that. Like, I love New York rap all around. So
like now you just wear Timberlands and Yankee fitteds and shit now. Like you have to like get chopped cheeses for
I've
every meal.
always worn Timberlands. I've always loved New York rap. But always Yankees fitted. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention like some of the more recent things things, not the right word. The more recent female MCs that I've really been into. And I don't know, when she came out, I was like, yes, finally we got like, all right, so you don't know anything about her, Scotty. She is a lesbian.
I'm looking at her though, and I wouldn't want to fuck with her, I'll tell you that much.
You won't want to fuck with her. And I just love that we have like finally a gay rapper who's gangster. And I just think it's pretty fucking cool. And it's not like that's a gimmick. That's just, you know what I mean? She doesn't even try to play that up. It's just who she is. She's just a fucking gangster ass girl. And I just love her style. She's got like 3 songs that I've been playing past year a lot. I just think she's cool as fuck.
What songs do you like? What songs should I check out?
I mean, Ooh was her big song. I'm like, maybe it's because I'm out here in fucking New York, but like, she's getting played all the time. So I'd be surprised if you never heard her, but maybe.
No, I'm looking at like how much like listening she's getting. It's fucking crazy.
Ooh is like her big song. She's got a song called Big, but she's got this album called Herstory, and it's
Herstory in the making. And then Herstory is another album. Yo, sure. She has a new album called Red Flu.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
I love her. The red bone loves the red flu. But her, I feel like it's funny. I was looking on who's sampled, and it's like all the female MCs that they have listed are all people that I don't really, even listen to a lot, like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, I know like they're both super fucking good. I don't know. They're a little too late on my timeline. I never got into them.
Do they have a lot of samples, the two of them? I kind of just mulled over that kind of thing because I don't listen to them.
I couldn't choose them because if I don't know the song well, then I usually don't pick it. Well, bye.
We don't need them. It's back to the original days.
Perfect. So I don't know. I guess I could just ramble on about like the more relevant like female MCs that I've been listening to lately, but I just think it's definitely got me hopeful. Like it seems like the female MCs are just like, it's not like how it used to be where they were just like kind of doing this or that. They're just like equal. I don't know. That's what it feels like to me.
I'm dying to listen to this girl, by the way. I'm just looking at like her shit. She just looks mad fucking thorough.
Yeah, she's got videos too. She got a video where it's like she's like spitting to a girl and shit, and I was just like, yeah, like this is what we need these days. Like, I don't know, she's going on. She's great.
You know who I fucking have been listening to a lot lately, and like she definitely walks the line of like poetry, rap, and like singing. Is Tierra Whack. Do you know who that is? She's like a Philly chick, right? And so she made this album that each song is 1 minute long, right? And basically, I think it's like maybe like 15 tracks. What was that?
You ever
Oh
play that
yeah,
drinking game?
essentially, yeah, and no,
Yeah,
but
you do.
so basically, essentially, it's they're all 1 minute songs, and like it's almost like it's like her portfolio of like her style. It's like, hey, these are all things I can do in 1 minute, right? And they're fucking awesome. And she made a music video for it that's exactly 15 minutes long and keeps going from 1 minute to 1 minute into like these different videos that are all like in a set kind of situation, and it's fucking awesome. It's probably one of the coolest things I heard in the last couple of years.
Really smart
Yeah.
and cool. Yeah.
I highly suggest watching
How do you
it.
spell that, by the way?
Tierra Whack is Tierra, and then Whack is Whak, I think. But the album's called Whack World, right? And I would definitely like watch that video before I listen to the album, because it gives you like a way different perspective on like her style, kind of, you know what I mean? And really cool shit.
Oh, yeah, it's like I just found her on Spotify. It's like she's got like a zillion.
She's blown up like a lot since like
I'm like, oh, okay. And that's why I'll never trust Steve Morris. It just, fuck him.
Absolutely.
I'm back.
Whoops.
Whoa, hello. It's all good. I was just telling Post about Tierra Whack. Do you you remember her, right? Tierra Whack? Remember the chick? Maybe if you don't know about her, but she has like this album 2018 they're all 1 minute tracks, and then she made a video that's 15 minutes long for it, and it's just like super sick. Like her style is dope. She's like half singer, half poet, like just really raw, original shit. So that's all we were saying. You didn't miss much.
Any other female MCs you want to mention, Morris, that we didn't really talk about?
I thought Princess Nokia is pretty good.
I don't think I know that.
I've heard of that, but I'm not. Yeah. So who's that?
I think this one of the girls I work with used to like play this album by her, which the album was called 1992 Deluxe, and I think she had a song called Tomboy that was really good. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I haven't like listened to any new music, and I think like I guess we do so much like reverse engineering and like
that's true.
And backtracking with music, it's like I find it difficult to like stay current and also do that. You know what I mean?
I feel the same way. Like I'm like embarrassed trying to tell you guys about Young Ma, even though I hardly know like anything about her, which is the truth. But I just think she's cool. So I feel like I put you guys on to Young Ma. Scotty, you put me on to Tierra Whack. You just put me on Princess Nokia. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah,
that's cool. I'll just go like listen to their top songs and get a feel for them. So it's perfect.
I think we should make a Spotify playlist of like a combined like cool, all of our favorite like female hits.
I mean, you know what's funny, dude, is I totally thought when we wouldn't do the female rapper episode, I was like, oh, everyone's gonna choose Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, like kind of like those like Trina, or I don't know. I just assumed that we were all gonna pick like, or MC Light or some shit. Like I don't know. I just, and we didn't pick any of the
MC Light.
Huh? You wanted to?
Just because I feel like maybe a lot of people might not know her by name.
Yeah.
How she was a little earlier than the rest and stuff. So I thought she'd be a good person to kind of talk about. And she's great. But anyways.
Yeah, well, I think we always try to steer away from stuff we think is too obvious. And if you are going to take an obvious one, you take a super obvious one because everybody else will stay away from it, kind of.
Yeah. I don't like. It's funny how we like have to play reverse psychology with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to like think about what you're gonna think of and like what I know, what kind of music I know you guys like.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like we're almost like playing against each other until we realize that we didn't pick the same thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd say even more so. I really wanted to talk about Bahamadia because I feel like probably even more than MC Light, she's underrated and people don't know about her. So it would have been a great person to kind of talk about and get into.
She was on like Jedi Mind Tricks label, like Baby Grandy.
I know she's on Baby that album. I don't know because I'm not a big Jedi Mind, but I have that. I was like going through her stuff today, and I have that song saved. It's good.
You know who I thought of that really just has very little samples, but was a great female rapper for a certain time was Eve.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like she had really good songs and like just like. I don't know. Yeah, she had star quality for sure. Like, she became an actress too. And I don't know, that early Rough Rider shit though, like, yeah, she was great, dude. I don't know. The first, Rough Riders Volume 1, like all that whole time period, like especially was like good.
I had
She was perfect for that too. Like during that Rough Riders time, like it wasn't like, you know, here's the female, you know, Rough Rider. She was like,
she's
no,
a pit bull in a skirt.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
how she described herself.
She was so fucking. It was perfect.
I had a couple like really good like Erykah Badu ones, but I was like, this just doesn't feel enough like hip hop to like put it in this show. You know what I mean? It's like it's super good.
She's
it's
not
perfect.
full hip hop. Yeah,
exactly. So it was like I'm like, this isn't gonna really fit in, even though like this is a dope sample and the song's fucking awesome. It just didn't quite like, I don't know, didn't feel like it fit the theme.
I even thought that a little bit about Lauryn Hill, because I was like, she kind of is like she has like but I, you know what I mean? Like I guess like I wouldn't say she's like a female rapper. She's an artist. You know what I mean? Like there's like a difference. And I know that's like maybe not like a truly negative connotation. Like I think like Foxy Brown is like a female rapper and Lauryn Hill is like an artist.
I mean, they're not mutually exclusive. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Not every female rapper is like a true artist like she is. But
right.
She's both. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it's pretty rare to find someone that can do everything well like that. You know, like kind of like
she's my favorite. I think she's the most talented and most like gifted, everything, like the perfect package in my eyes. I go back, listen to like her verses on Fuji shit. It's insane how fucking good she was. And it's kind of weird too, because she was like an actress who was in fucking Sister Act. I'm like, how do you go from being like an actress in Sister Act and then you're also just like the most gifted, talented artist like ever? Like, I don't know. It's weird to me. I feel like you're either like an actor. She's in Sister Act too.
Oh, two. Oh, I saw one recently. That's why. And
I guess like when you grow up in New York, like you just like can be in movies and also like be cool with fucking Wyclef. I don't know.
You know what I'm realizing? That like all the good shit in New York is actually from New Jersey.
Are they Jersey? I know Wyclef is, huh?
Yeah.
That's not true.
Wyclef's is.
Lauryn Hill, Queen Latifah, Naughty by Nature.
No good rappers came out of Brooklyn.
Never. Right. Not one.
They took the train from Jersey to Cypher in Brooklyn.
Jersey has a lot of good stuff too.
It's kind
of the same too, by the way. Like where they're from is like close enough to New York.
No, I know it's the same area. Just funny to me, like
get on a train and you ride 45 minutes. It's all the same fucking place.
But it's like, but even like still, like, wouldn't you associate all the people that we just talked about from New Jersey as New York artists? Wouldn't you say that? You know, it's like it's kind of like a vacuum. Like New York is like a vacuum like that, where it just takes like things from around there and like kind of like brings them to them because it's like that's where all the people and the money is. I don't know.
But it's like, all right, so California is fucking humongous. Meanwhile, New York and New Jersey are this far apart. So like, yeah, like, I mean, I guess we're gonna just, it's the same place. So
I know, yeah.
Something, what are you gonna call it? The tri-state?
Yeah, exactly.
I know, yeah.
No, it's New York. It's all New York. I live here now, all right? So forget about it.
I listen to Young Man wear Tim's with shorts now.
I really don't want to seem like that douche Brooklynite, but here I am.
But I am.
Here I go.
What do you say we just wrap up this and let TJ take away the outro?
She doesn't want to be any.
Yeah, I can't wait to do the next male feminist podcast about lady rap.
I thought this was good. I thought it fucking.
No, I know, me too. I'm just fucking around.
I was exactly what we were supposed to do.
I felt like, I knew that this was going to be a good topic that we could do again too.
Check it. Yeah. Now you know 1 minute. Yeah, you heard me speak it. Sorta kinda frequent. May hear someone's repeated. Sounds so exquisite. Yo, she's gifted, but so optimistic, mysteriously convincing, innocently filthy. I'm telling you, it hurts me. MCing is my passion, art is just my fashion. Flashing just like ramen, I'm visually deep. Try to peep my game, cause it's hard for me to teach. Ladies, take a minute before you step and try to creep. Poison